everybody, welcome to the final part of Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Gohan went Super Saiyan off screen, by the way.
Yeah. Well, he gets his dramatic transformation sequence when Super Saiyan 2 hits.
True. And Cell's just been patiently waiting this entire time.
No, he's been having fun messing. Oh yeah, Trunks. Trunks was also a thing.
Yeah, Trunks is also a thing in this.
Right, they kind of skipped over that in the game, didn't they?
Trunks kind of gets the short end of the stick in this one, even more so than Yamcha. At least his death was on screen.
Wait, Trunks dies?
Yeah. No, well, sort of.
Sort of.
Yep.
Half and half.
He's mostly dead.
Mostly, yeah, mostly dead. It's a good way of putting it.
It's the hype!
So why does Cell hold the tournament again? For fun?
Basically to show off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could he be a bigger idiot?
You know, Krillin, why don't you pop in the hyperbolic time chamber?
He's aware of can't catch up status.
Yeah, and this is where we find out that Cell traveled back in time.
Oh, so he's
Okay,
Ridley.
so-
Okay, cool.
So unlike the last two sagas, I actually decided to splice in Cell's what if now, because the commentary will kind of end awkwardly if I left it at the very end. And it also kind of ties into the story itself because of how it ends, but we'll get to there later. So yeah, we got Cell's what if scenario here.
Well, of course he'll be known to the world as Cell. That is your name.
Yeah, that is his name.
Cell, don't stare at me like that. That's creepy.
Aim for perfect form. Get tens from all those judges, including the Russian judge.
Good luck with that one.
17, accept the fact that you're mine. It's easier that way.
I like women. I don't know what you are.
You think I'm just gonna sit back and let you absorb me? No way.
Gets absorbed anyway.
I want you inside me, Android 17.
I'm flattered.
I offered you a peaceful solution, but I'll show no mercy to anyone who gets in my way.
I like how both Cell and Frieza have these alternate scenarios that basically just amount to them thumping their chest through their enemies until a vaguely comedic ending. But in Cell's case, it's him utterly wiping out. And in Frieza's case, Frieza actually wins. But Cell is like, oh, fuck. I kind of think
Doesn't
like
really
the
get
game,
the happy
like the game sort of tricks you into thinking that Cell is going to get the same weird power fantasy thing Frieza just had. And Vegeta had one too, even.
Sort of.
But yeah, sort of. But Cell ends on a joke. He absorbs Krillin and becomes some weird Cell Krillin hybrid that can't fight worth a damn.
Yeah.
So how did Cell learn Kamehameha if he doesn't absorb Goku?
Goku cells.
Oh.
He has
Integrated
Goku
him.
cells in
Yeah,
him,
because Goku's cells know his moves, apparently.
Yeah, he's a melt. Yeah, because he's a. Yeah, I know, right? When I think about it, it doesn't make any sense.
It's his
you know?
midichlorians.
I have Bruce Lee genes in me, so I know how to do a roundhouse. My ankles.
Wait, roundhouse kick? Isn't that a Chuck Norris thing?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's how it would work.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's like I get it fucking wrong. Like just because you have my genes doesn't mean you know everything I do. Yeah, but Cell's a melting pot of like all the.
When it comes to Bruce Lee and kicks, though, like he does flying kicks in the movies, but his actual fighting style, I don't think you'd ever see him kick above the waist.
Oh, so he goes for the dick all the time? What a dick.
No, like he kicks low because high kicks are kind of impractical.
Yeah, he kicks low to disrupt the enemy's footing.
Yeah, the fighting style he invented is very, very practical. It's nothing like you see in his movies.
What do you guys think of Cell? Like, is he your favorite villain? You think he could have been
I
better?
stopped caring about the character somewhere halfway through the Cell Saga. Like there was some
What made you indifferent?
There was some interesting stuff when the androids were the focus. Cell made me indifferent. I didn't give a shit about him. like, he's just like this hijacked by Ganon villain who shows up because we needed another bad guy with about 5 different forms that would force someone into a new Super Saiyan transformation.
And spots. Lots and lots of spots.
Like, the androids were interesting. Dr. Gero was interesting. The whole time travel to warn everyone about this thing was interesting. Cell just sort of comes in the middle of it so that we can have a tournament arc.
That's a good point. Like, he just literally just hijacks a ride on Future Trunks' spaceship and pops in for no good reason. Yeah.
I think it could have been interesting if they played up the benefits of having personality traits of each character and having the negatives of lots of the characters.
Yeah, because what that ultimately means is that he can regenerate and do other people's moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it.
Well, to be fair, though, most of the downsides of each character that he absorbs is the same one, which is just, oh, I'm really, really arrogant. Because, to be fair, that's just as much Goku as it is Vegeta as well.
Yeah.
Wow, Krillin sucks.
But he saved the day.
That look on his face.
Bull!
You could
can
stop
sucking him.
Suck.
Suck. Suck. Cause see, that's taking a shit. Like, I don't want to hear anything else. That's taking a shit.
Like, it's also pretty obvious that they use the Cyberman model as the base for this, but...
Well, the Cell Junior model.
Oh, yeah, the Cell Junior. Oh, those were a thing. I forgot those were a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you guys!
I liked them when they were called Cybermen.
So, absorbing Krillin actually made him weaker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It also painted a.
Yeah, I like the Master Roshi emblem in the back as wings.
He didn't just absorb Krillin; he absorbed his clothes.
Poor Krillin, though, man. Like, he was always my favorite for some reason. And...
Because you're used to being the butt monkey.
Yeah, kinda. But he wasn't, like, the most butt monkey. Like, that was Yamcha.
Yeah, that's always been Yamcha.
Which is, of course, why Cell gets to lose to Yamcha.
Just wait till you get a taste of the legendary Wolf Fang.
This is also how you unlock Yamcha for character select.
Oh.
You have to do this what if scenario in order to unlock Yamcha.
What the hell's up with this music?
What?
Now, why would you want to play as Yamcha? I don't know, but...
I like how Krillin Cell has the entertain me pose. It's so weird.
I'm just listening to his grunts right
That's
My favorite thing about this is if you lose to Yamcha, because every time you lose, you get the you lose prompt and you get a defeat quote from the character in question. And this one is, I didn't know Yamcha was this strong.
He's not. You're just that weak.
Yeah.
Yamcha technically does get stronger because he trains on King Kai's planet. But does he ever...
The problem is everyone else is stronger.
Well, what I always found baffling is that despite getting training on King Kai's planet, no one ever learns the Kaioken besides Goku.
That's a
that is
good
weird.
point.
You know, Yamcha, Tien, Piccolo, they never learned Kaioken.
when
Get the Spirit
Goku
Bomb.
was training there was this sort of mini subplot thing going on where King Kai was actually trying to complete the Kaioken, but he didn't know how to.
Well, if he
And
already
sort of-
knew how to complete it, he should have taught everybody else.
He sort of had the skeleton of the move planned, and he sort of taught Goku how to use it in the process.
I think that was always
perfecting
intentional
it.
because King Kai goes on and on about never go beyond 2.
Well, like it's like he seems to know the theory of what he's trying to do, but he sort of completes the move in the process of teaching Goku it.
Yeah. But even then, you would think Yamcha and the others will know at least base Kaioken.
Oh,
They
so this
never
is
do.
this is where the Team 4-Star joke came from, but him being really pissed off at the Tri-Beam.
Yeah.
Wait, so I don't get it. Why did he become perfect here?
Because he was dreaming.
The Krillin thing was a dream.
The joke is like during the Cell Games arc, Cell just basically stood here for 10 days doing fuck all.
Yeah.
And at some point he fell asleep on his feet and had that dream.
So I think it's the only technically canon what if.
But does Yamcha even fight anybody after he's been powered up? Like, I know that the Ginyu Force, like, show up there in filler. But besides that, Yamcha...
No, Yamcha doesn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, because I know that at least Tien and Chaozu try to fight Cell for a little bit.
Well, no, Chaozu doesn't do anything. Chaozu has always just been kind of there.
Okay. But Tien fights
Tien at least still does stuff through Cell.
Goku's the first to go down.
That's not how a tournament works, dude. It's not just everybody fighting the same person.
Best for Lee.
Well, that's the rules he's making, so.
Yeah, but that's not a tournament. That's just a parade of people.
Counter argument: if you don't play by my rules, I can blow up the planet. God,
Cell,
that
if you
plot
blew up-
device is stupid.
Yeah, but Cell, if you blew up the planet, you'd win the tournament. I mean, granted,
that's
then
a good point.
you wouldn't have a planet to be on, though, I guess is
That's
also
no
the
fun.
thing.
I mean, I could use the infinite rocket launcher the next time I play a horror game, but
Where's the fun in that?
Oh,
Maybe I
well, you
actually
gotta
want
use
to
an
be
infinite
challenged.
rocket launcher. That's plenty fun.
Alright, gotta pay tribute to the show here.
that was a cool move in the anime.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
like
Too
that.
bad he never gets the bright idea to do it again.
What, warp into a Kamehameha?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay, we're effectively non-canon because Goku loves Super Saiyan.
Wasn't the whole
some
point
reason.
of their hyperbolic time junk to, like, be able to not have to leave Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Yeah, the point was to fully master the base Super Saiyan form so you can be at it without having to be so fucking furious.
Well, furious and draining energy like a leaky bucket.
Yeah.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, but then they wanted to bring back
I
the
even
draining.
knocked the perfect. I even knocked the perfect out of him.
But then Akira Toriyama wanted to bring back the leaking energy like a leaky bucket mechanic, so he invented another Super Saiyan form that does exactly that.
Well, I guess it's a good way to balance it, I guess, if you want to... Because you don't want to have a form that's perfect. Well, not perfect, but... You don't want a form with no weaknesses, because then that reduces the amount of tension in the fight. You know?
I give this bout to you.
Well, no, it makes sense whenever you attain a new form, you're not used to it.
Next round will
Yeah.
probably be the last
In
one
fact,
of
that's
the
what caused Golden Frieza to lose it at the very end, because
tournament. You win it, Cell.
you get a new form and then he immediately went to battle with it without training it.
Gohan, you're up next. Come on. What?
And Goku's biggest blunder, number 1.
Cell, what makes you think Gohan can do it?
Goku, you're a really bad father.
No! Right now he believes in his son, and he's going to have faith in his abilities.
First time in the hyperbolic time.
You know
Except
what's-
Goku completely misjudges Gohan's character.
Did you guys catch that win quote in Fighter Z?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
finally made me proud thing.
Like I'm proud of you, finally. It's like, oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
It's like-
Something tells me the localization in that game is not good.
yeah, I was going to say, they probably... 'cause that, you know, we make the joke, but... that's a little much.
Like, Gohan's stronger than Goku at this point in the show, though, isn't he?
That might...
No.
I thought that was after this fight, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Potentially, yeah, after what happens here, yeah, he is easily the strongest character.
Gohan always has the potential. The problem is he doesn't have the temperament.
Yeah.
And he just gives up after Cell, basically. Right?
Well, because he doesn't want to be a fighter.
he wants to
He
be
never wanted- he never wanted
he
to-
wants
he
to
never
be a
wanted to.
brilliant scientist.
he wants to go to college and become something smart. You know,
Oh no, Ted, that's right. He wanted to be a brilliant scientist.
Yeah, he wants to have random fever dream Japanese montages where he reads books all day.
Yeah, but that's where Goku completely misjudges this fight,
Yeah,
and
'cause he-
and that's kind of why Gohan's always been a weird character, because he's always been able to be stronger than Goku and Vegeta. He just doesn't care enough to.
yeah.
So
Well,
wouldn't
that
Trunks
actually makes
also
an
be
interesting-
capable of being stronger as well if he's also part human? Because that was what it was. It's like the human part made him
Yes,
more
that,
capable.
it's that potential. The problem is, future Trunks doesn't have a teacher for anything.
Ah, okay.
He also didn't have much of a choice given his upbringing
Yeah.
to become a survivor.
Well, I mean, normal
And a
Trunks,
strong
I
fighter.
guess.
Well, okay,
yeah.
well, Trunks, yeah, that's different.
The
Trunks
problem,
and Goten have the same potential as Gohan does. They just also don't have the temperament
The
for
problem in Future Trunks' case is that basically everyone died, including, Kami and all the people who would help them. So he didn't really have any recourse but to hide a lot of the time. So that didn't leave a lot of time for powering himself up.
I hate killing as much as I hate you.
You haven't killed anyone, dude.
I'm starting to understand why Dad said that only
Well, if you hate them equally, you should be able to, reconcile those hatreds with each other just enough to say, okay, I'm gonna kill someone just this once.
Just see what it feels like.
it. But if you kill one killer, that makes you a killer, and therefore you haven't decreased the number of killers in the world.
Yeah, but
He's
if
not a
I
human,
kill...
though.
That's why you kill a bunch of killers.
He's not a human, though. I mean, he has a nose, but he's not a human. He's a bug. See? He's got bug wings. Squash him.
Yeah, there's no law against killing bug people. Vegeta killed like 50 million bug people, and we keep him around.
He's just a really big housefly. You probably killed a housefly. This is just like that. Only it's a housefly with superpowers.
You see that? You killed your Amazon Alexa right there. You gotta let him take that.
Wait, is this part of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not even know that existed.
Yeah, these are the Cell Juniors that I forgot about and then got reminded of about 10
Some little
minutes
Power
ago.
Ranger force.
Yeah,
Toku Sentai. Toku Sentai.
So basically, to taunt Gohan, Cell breaks the rules of his tournament and spawns a bunch of mini-hymns.
I shall call them mini-me's.
Free your spirit as you anger rises. Okay, good job, game. Good job.
Oh, wait, was there a typo?
Yeah, it said
did-
free your spirit as you anger rises.
Okay.
Whoa. Nice edit.
These frickin' trumpets, man. I love them.
that was the way the game itself was directed, right? Where
Yeah,
it just
it
sort
was.
of cuts to him screaming and exploding. Apparently I wasn't even looking at the screen. Yes, Gohan explodes. Okay, he exploded. Oh my god, he really exploded.
I love the edit where it's just superimposes of the anime. Gohan killing all the Cell Juniors, just rapid fire. It's like double kill, multi-kill, monster kill, Kilimanjaro.
My favorite. This was actually the whole Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 event was one of my favorites in these series. If anything, because there's an element I miss about the original Super Saiyan transformation that's completely glossed over nowadays. Is that Super Saiyan is achieved because just from pure anger, and the one thing I miss was if you go back to the Frieza Saga when Goku transformed for the first time, or when you go to the Cell Saga when Gohan reached Super Saiyan 2, they are eerily quiet. They are no nonsense. They're just going to get the job done. That's it. In Gohan's case, he is borderline psychopath.
Oh yeah, because he toys with Cell.
Yeah, he tortures him. Like, he fucks with him, and, it ends up biting him in the ass, and the characters call him out for that. But I don't call me as a bit of a sadist, but I kind of like that element of the Super Saiyan.
Well, it makes it feel less like, oh, this is just them being stronger, and it makes it feel more unique. Like, okay, this is an unnatural sort of, this power comes at a cost, I guess, is maybe.
Yeah.
Basically, it makes it feel less like a nothing power-up and more like a narrative element. There's something here to think about.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean that goes back to Goku turning Super Saiyan, because even when he's fighting, Goku's fairly mellow. It's one of the rare times we see him like really get fucking angry.
yeah.
I mean, they would later go on and say that it's just because he just hates Frieza entirely, because every other Super Saiyan transformation, he's pretty much the same.
It was interesting. It was interesting to see Goku yell at Frieza when Frieza was asking for mercy, and then give him mercy anyway, and then just give the fuck up on mercy when Frieza tried to attack him from behind.
Yeah.
That was a nice character moment. That kind of thing is interesting.
But you go back and watch the Frieza saga, and even when Frieza has, you see, that's what I'm talking about. I had to leave one in.
AKA you forgot.
Go back,
Good.
But you go back and watch the Frieza saga, or when Frieza has the Goku flashbacks when Trunks is there, when he's talking about they have the same eyes. Goku never gets like that ever again. in the series, and it only happens again with Gohan here. And I miss that because to me it made the Super Saiyan interesting. Like, yeah, you got this great power, but you're fucking nuts.
I think it makes the fight feel more personal, I guess is also part of it.
So basically, it's Fleetway Supersonic.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's Fleetway Supersonic.
It is basically Fleetway Supersonic. You're absolutely right. But to me, that's more interesting than just say I got a power boost and my hair is gold now, you know?
Isn't Fleetway Supersonic just straight up evil, though, too?
Yeah, he's fucking nuts. His eyes are all googly eyes and...
Gets to judge new eyes.
Yeah, I like those kind of well, Shonen does a lot of these stinking power-up things, but I like the ones that come with rules or stipulations that make the story more interesting. Like, before Naruto had his stupid glowy powers, he had Sage Mode. And Sage Mode was interesting because the only way he could activate it was by gathering natural energy, which required unnatural stillness. And there were times where he found ways to do this in the middle of a fight, like with just plain good timing, or with outside help, or with his clones, and that all made things interesting. There was stuff for your brain to latch onto during the fight. Were you getting into character there?
Yeah, just a bit.
Well, to be fair, this fight is actually hard in the game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the Cell fights are some of the hardest in the game.
Yeah, end game fighting game fights where the AI
is it ever bullshit like, okay, they're
no,
just...
he's not SNK bullshit, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they read the moves you're about to do and counter them before you can even think.
I forgot that happened,
like
Cell decides to try and go all beefy muscular. And
Oh, he could just throw up people?
Oh, yeah, that's something that happens in the middle of this fight where Gohan hits him so hard in the gut that he barfs up 18 and reverts to his second form.
Anyone explain how that works?
Toriyama realized that if he killed off 18 completely, he couldn't have Krillin's romance thing continue, so...
You also couldn't have a woman actually be competent.
Does 18 even do anything in the Buu Saga?
Not really.
Encourages Krillin to grow a haircut?
Yeah, that's about it.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
This was a ridiculous note for Cell to go out on. But what got me is that, like, they wanted Cell to have this dramatic self-destruct moment, but they also wanted to have a dramatic final battle where he's perfect and Goku comes back, and and Gohan has to do a Kamehameha struggle with him. So he just inexplicably comes back in his perfect form moments later.
Yeah, this is one part of the series that always bugged me about about Cell in particular, because he self-destructs here, but because his nucleus survived, he was able to regenerate. But because he had previous knowledge of his perfect form, he was able to regenerate in his perfect form. Not only that, he somehow learned Goku's instant transition technique. Just
because he has Saiyan cells, he's now stronger from being almost dead.
But you see, I get
that. That sounds like a severe ass pull. The way you're describing it to me.
It is. It is a severe ass pull. I never liked it.
Like the only thing that I kind of like about that sequence is that Goku, he needs to take Cell somewhere that's not Earth, and the only place he can think of clearly enough to use his instant transmission to get there is King Kai's plan.
Yeah, and he's still dead to this point, to this day and age.
Yep, King Kai is still dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so Goku died, and then they couldn't bring him back, and but he comes back to life anyway.
Well, no, Goku decides not to come back to life.
Oh, okay.
Which would never happen in today's day and age. Because the reasoning for him staying dead is because, trouble seems to find me when I'm in Earth. When in today's day and age, he would welcome that because he wants to fight stronger guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's still fighting stronger guys in the afterlife. There was that whole
the
Python
Otherworld
thing.
tournament.
The Otherworld stuff, yeah.
Wait, so how does 17 come back if he didn't spit out 17?
They wish him back when they wish back all the people.
Oh yeah,
Krillin,
Krillin wishes back Android 17 because he thinks he's Android 18's boyfriend. It leads to some awkwardness when 18 reveals, no, he's my brother. So,
Hey, that's not taboo for anime.
Yeah, so this is the hardest fight in the game.
Is it the
because
final
you
fight?
not only-
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
it's the final fight. You not only have to deal with a more aggressive Cell, you also don't have as much health as before.
yeah.
So, okay, so here's my
Yeah.
question. If Cell's already broken the rules of the tournament, why doesn't everybody else help now?
Oh, they
Because
do.
well, Vegeta
Yeah,
does.
yeah. In the anime,
no, everybody does. Everybody does,
everyone was
technically.
trying to help. Vegeta was the one who really helped because during
actually made a dent.
during
He's
the
the only
beam
he's the only
struggle.
one of comparable level.
Okay.
Yeah, during the beam struggle, where Gohan and Cell were Kamehameha struggling, and Gohan had one arm that he could blast with and nothing else, Vegeta breaks out of his panic, I suppose, and pot shots Cell from behind.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, this breaks the struggle long enough for Gohan to blast him to fucking bits. And then to blast those bits to bits so that he can't regenerate.
Okay, so that's just something you don't see when it's oh, Future Trunks was still here. Okay, oh, that's
Hey,
big.
Vegeta, you might want to do some laundry. There's a hole in your trunks.
Can't tell if he responded to that pun or not.
No, you.
Technically, your son's still alive.
Also, I think that's when you unlock Trunks.
When he dies.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, yeah, because I did edit out the got capsule thing after that happens. I think that's when you unlock Trunks.
Oh man,
gets
this
a fucking
game
hole
just
in
has
his
no
chest.
idea how to manage tone, does it?
Gohan, why did you take that hit for Vegeta? He deserved it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was why Gohan didn't have the use of one arm during the end of this fight.
He deserved it.
Along with your entire planet.
So I'd like to mention in the anime, this charge up takes a whole episode.
So what does everybody else do?
Stare at him.
So then why didn't they take a
Yeah.
pot shot up at him then?
Look, there's a reason the trope is called Dragon Ball. So
Yeah.
This show's dumb. I mean, I
Yeah,
get
but-
here's okay. I need to establish this because I get this whenever I talk about Kingdom Hearts. Okay, yes, this show is dumb. You can like it even though it's dumb. You might even like it because it's dumb, but it's still dumb. Okay.
Oh no, everyone admits Dragon Ball in the anime is stupid. That's why Kai exists at all.
yeah, it's basically an abridged edit, and not to be confused with an abridged version as Team 4-Star.
Also,
gave us.
you guys should thank us for the extreme amount of restraint we're showing right now to not just
Yes,
quote the entire
yes.
Bridge series. You're welcome.
We were bringing that up at one of the parts, and I was like, I kind of don't want us to become Team 4-Star quote machines for this entire thing, but I tell you, like during periods of lull, it's really fucking hard
Okay,
not to.
okay, I'm gonna admit something now that's probably gonna make the internet lose all respect for me, but I've barely watched any of Dragon Ball Z abridged, so I couldn't quote it if I
That's
wanted
cool.
to.
I still haven't watched the majority of Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged.
I've watched the
Well-
first season of Mission Abridged. It was
Yeah, like the
good.
only abridged series that I've watched at length are the Final Fantasy VII and Sword Art Online ones. And I really like the Sword Art Online one because it does a lot of interesting things as a parody story that honestly make it kind of superior to its source material. Yeah, speaking of that, they actually just started the Fairy Dance arc, so I'm interested to see
Oh,
what
that's
they
gonna
do
be
with that.
fun.
Yeah, like the first episode went up very recently. Upload speeds on the SAO abridged are kind of slow though, so it's probably going to be a while before we get into the meat of it. Suguha is awesome in the abridged series, though.
And say goodbye to Cell.
How did
Okay.
they animate this?
So Akira Toriyama gets crap for his character designs, and I can understand that.
Oh.
But I actually really like whenever he's drawing anything non-human. I think he is a fantastic alien creature monster designer.
Although in Chrono Trigger, like one of the final forms of Lavos is basically a retooled Cell.
Yeah.
Cell and Frieza. You can see Frieza.
Except for Lavos, because the only form of Lavos I like is the big bug one. to be fair.
Yeah.
The giant derb.
But like the dinosaurs in Dragon Ball, the monsters in Dragon Quest, the monsters in Chrono Trigger, he is a fantastic creature designer. It's just the humans sometimes.
Where have I heard that before? Glares at Nomura.
Oh no, I don't think that. No, honestly, I think that if we're gonna compare the two, I think Toriyama's a far better monster designer than Nomura is.
Have you seen Tetsuya Nomura's
like
monster designs?
Like,
He's really good.
I've seen them, but they're not nearly as iconic or memorable as Toriyama's are.
They don't have so they don't have as much personality.
Yeah,
I would definitely say that. You know, Nomura makes a creature that you know you'd have a heart attack if you ran into in Dark Souls.
Honestly, I wouldn't say that Nomura's a bad character designer though, or even a mediocre character designer. He just got a bit crazy during the.
He needed somebody to be like, no.
It's not some. Yeah, it's not.
Time for Chala Head Chilla.
He got a bit.
I love this version.
He got a bit crazy during the Kingdom Hearts era, but that was also because it was his baby. The entire series was kind of something he was directing.
Very true. But after a while, to me, they started blending.
Yeah, but when he was directing stuff that he was a collaborative creator on, like Final Fantasy VII, or even Final Fantasy VIII, which is stupid as it is in many aspects, has great character designs. He's more restrained, and when he's more restrained, he makes good characters. Like really good
someone
characters.
else telling him what to do.
Visually good characters, I should say. The characters are not written well all the time.
Okay, but what if we add a belt? No.
Zippers?
But no.
Like,
you know, one of my favorite stories that I'm not sure it was ever credited or not was involving Lulu from Final Fantasy X, because everyone knows that Lulu's design knows that the bottom half of her dress is nothing but belt buckles. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. It should never be a thing on paper. But the 3D modelers and designers and people who directed those cutscenes deliberately shot Lulu from the waist up, so they never have to render that dress in 3D.
So how do they do it for gameplay? Like, which is
well, obviously they had to do it for gameplay, but the gameplay models were nowhere near as detailed or as complicated as like FMV models.
Well, there was still the CG Lulu where we got to see the belt skirt in full glory,
but you'll never see much of it. That's the point.
Well, the reason they showed it in CG is because the CG videos are all pre-rendered. They just didn't want to have to render that in real time, because that would be a massive resource draw. But they still
also a pain in the ass to do.
Yeah, they still wind up doing that kind of thing in Final Fantasy 13 though, because they have the resources to render it finally. So you get like, for as undetailed as the hands themselves are, they're blocky pieces of shit. The gloves are lovingly rendered in full detail.
We literally spent all of Chala Head Chala talking about Tetsuya Nomura.
Well, I was going back and saying this is one of my favorite variations of the theme.
Yeah, it's a pretty great version of the song. I'm not a big fan of the song as it in its original form though. I think I'm too young to appreciate it, honestly.
Well, I thought it was so weird because my first exposure to Chala Head Chala was one of the VHS tapes I used to own.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a musical style that's... I forgot about that Angel Wing picture. That was like one of the random pieces of art that got stuck in like one of the volumes, I think. One of the manga volumes.
It was also at the end of every credit sequence during the Boo Saga.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the thing. I don't know why. The Angel Wings are not really a thing in Otherworld.
Next time on BrainScratch Commentaries, the gang find themselves in familiar territory when a mysterious woman enters the scene and revives Frieza and Cell with the help of the Dragon Balls. Original villains be damned, it's time to kill a shitload of clones. Who is this multicolored bombshell and why does she orgasm every time she eats a macaron? Will the gang find the answers in the next commentary? Find out next time in The Gang Finds the Answers and John Grosses Ted Out.